You're entering VTV's Chamber Zone. Your business community at work. Representing the Vernal Area and Duchesne County Chambers of Commerce, here's Adam Massey and Irene Hansen.
Hi, I'm Adam Massey of the Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce, and with me is Michelle Miller, the Emergency Management Liaison for the state, and also Dondi Howell, who is our guest today from the Ute Tribe, the Administrative Assistant for Emergency Management, and also, remind me your other title, the point?
Public Information Officer.
Public Information Officer. I appreciate you being here with us today. Thank you very much for coming, and let's talk about September's Emergency Preparedness Month, and let's talk a little bit about what the Ute Tribe and some of their programs have going on over there. I know we talked a little bit ahead of time about what you're doing with your businesses, but I know you've got some other preparedness things going on. Maybe you can just tell us a little bit about some of those programs that you have.
Actually, we have once a month we have a Turk meeting every third Thursday of every month.
Okay.
We host a Turk meeting for the tribe and also for the public, and so that's our Tribal Emergency Response Commission. And the meetings usually run from 12 to 1 o'clock. And we've been giving out 72-hour emergency kits for whoever attends. We usually provide lunch and refreshments for people who attend. And in those meetings, every month we have a different topic. One topic will be school preparedness. One topic will be wildland and fire, depending on what's going on in the season. And right now we're working on fall and winter preparedness, and we just had a Turk meeting last week, and so with that we're telling people to start preparing their vehicles and things, their homes, getting their furnaces checked and things that they'll need to do before the winter season comes rolling in.
Fantastic. And you say that's once a month that you
That's
do those?
Once a month, and we do that every third Thursday.
Every
from
third
12 to 1.
Thursday.
And it's usually held in the tribal auditorium. We usually post flyers, and we have it announced on the radio as well.
Fantastic.
The radio announcement, and then we send out emails to the tribal departments, and we set up flyers for the community members.
Oh, that's fantastic. It sounds like you've got a great program going there. Have you been getting a pretty decent turnout for those?
We have been. It started out with 5,
Yeah.
and now we're at 25.
Oh, that's fantastic. Word's getting out. People
Yeah.
are starting
Awesome.
to come.
They have an awesome
That is
program.
great.
Their Turk is actually like the county's LEPC, Local Emergency
okay.
Planning Commission meeting. So that's
Fantastic.
what their Turk is. It's a tribal emergency
Well, it sounds
response
like
community
you've got
meeting.
some good topics and bringing people in like that and getting people involved. That's great. It's something we don't always think about. We have to be reminded about sometimes, and you don't really think about it until something happens, and then you're, oh, I wish I'd have been prepared, or wish I'd have done this. So that's great. Any other things going on right now that you'd like to let us know about?
Other than our Turk meetings that we have, we're actually working on our COOP plan,
Oh, okay.
which is our continuity of operations plan.
Oh, fantastic.
And with that, we're getting all the departments prepared, make sure that in an emergency that all the employees, including management, have an idea of what to do if the power were to go out, where to go, a meeting place, how to continue operations without power and all these different things. So it's kind of a preparedness for all the departments.
What?
And then it's also gives them an idea of what we're doing.
Absolutely. Well, it's fantastic, and it's great. It sounds like your knowledge, and you're very involved with it, obviously, I can tell, because you know, obviously, everything that's going on with that. So that's fantastic, and it sounds like you've got some great programs there, and I'm sure the state helps with different things going on. Do you come out and provide any different trainings and different things there for the tribe
We do
also?
all of the training that we have through the state. We provide we provide it for the tribal members as well. We've worked with Dondi and Eldora on getting their emergency operation plan. The Ute Tribe has actually progressed to where they have 4 plans that are ready for adoption. The emergency operation plan, their mitigation plan, their strategic plan, and then also, like Dondi talked about, their continuity of operations. So each one of those plans has a different section in it that helps parts of the community, help them be prepared so they can move forward with whatever training, and they train and exercise. The Ute Tribe's been very good about training with the region, within the region as well, and working with their partners that way too. So
Fantastic. Dondi, if people want to get a hold of the tribe and find out about some of the things that you have going on, is there a way they can contact you, a number?
Oh, yes. Eldora's number is 435-725-4901.
Okay.
And you could also contact the switchboard for the Ute Indian Tribe, and that number is 435-722-5141.
Perfect. Well, great. Well, hopefully maybe people with their businesses or maybe want to come to your trainings that you have, or your monthly meetings where they can get more information. That's fantastic. Sounds like they can get on an email list where you'll let them know who's
Yes.
going to be speaking.
And then that will be Eldora's email as well. It'll be eldorap@utetribe.com.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we got all the information out that if people would like to be involved, they can get a hold of you and get on that contact list, or however they'd like to participate. That's fantastic. We commend you for what you've got going on over there, and that's awesome. It's great to see that you're able to provide that information for everybody. Again, thank you. We'll be right back to talk about more about emergency preparedness and how you can participate in that and other community events right after this.
Almost 45% of the oil produced in Utah, 7.8 million barrels, comes from Duchesne County. That oil feeds our state economy, provides job growth, and supports local business. Here in Duchesne County, we're working to make Utah an economic, cultural, and technological leader. Whether you're here for business or pleasure, Duchesne County will welcome you with open arms and invite you to explore all the beauty of the Uinta Mountains. Duchesne County, close enough for business, far enough to get away.
Welcome back to Chamber Zone, your business community at work. And for the second half of our program, we've kind of shuffled guests around today, but we have Tal Ehlers, who's the manager of Uinta County Emergency Management, and Tammy Twitchell, who is the manager of Daggett County Emergency Management. Want to make sure those are both mouthfuls for me, trying to keep those straight. We appreciate you being here with us again. Thank you. And let's talk a little bit about Ready Your Business. I know we talked about Be Ready Utah in one of our programs, but let's talk a little bit about Ready Your Business. Kind of tell us what that's about.
Well, a lot of businesses, they try to do the day-to-day thing, but if they aren't prepared for a disaster of some kind or other, sometimes they never come back from those. And so to be preparing your business will help them stay in business after the disaster is the big thing. But also, most of the time when the disaster strikes, you're not at home. You're at your business, and you have to be able to stay there, sometimes for extended periods. And so that's what we kind of teach, is how to keep your business going even when the disaster happens, and then also how to take care of your employees if you have to stay in place for a while.
Yeah, I guess that's something you really don't think about, but if something happened and you were at work and you couldn't leave and go home, how do you put your employees up or yourself up, and do you have any food storage at your business? I guess that's something I just thought of. I've never ever thought about that, other than maybe an old candy bar that's tucked in a drawer or something, or maybe a Diet Coke or whatever you've got to drink. I don't know that a lot of people maybe have thought about that. I know until now I probably hadn't. Until, as you go in, and is this part of this, I guess I'm sensing it's going to be individual business specific, because obviously each business is going to be different. So as part of that, do you, I guess customize would be a word?
Businesses can customize. Imagine your hours of operation. If you have an 8 to 5 business Monday through Friday, that's 40, 50 hours a week that somebody is going to be on the premise. As Tammy was saying earlier, disasters don't just happen when you're at home. They can happen at any time of the day. Sure. Let's say you have a business that runs 18-hour days, that their doors are open 18 hours a day. You've got multiple shifts, you have employees coming and going, and in the event of some kind of a disaster, unless you're a restaurant, you probably don't have food stored there for such an emergency. But even simple things like 72-hour kits for the employees, simple things like having water storage, or what if there was a circumstance where you had an employee that lived a distance from their work. Let's say they had to commute in 30, 40 miles to go to work there, and something large happened. There was a wildfire and the road was closed, there was a blizzard and they couldn't get home. Can they shelter at work? Is there, are there cots, are there blankets, is there water, are there toiletries? Even just something as simple as a 72-hour kit there so that that person could hunker down and remain sheltered until that disaster passes by. And we see that happen from time to time around the country. If there's a large disaster and people cannot leave their workplace, can they remain there? And that's something serious for an employer to consider for the benefit of their employees, because nobody knows when disaster is going to strike.
And we are a little bit isolated in our areas. You look at Daggett County, Uintah County, Duchesne County. We're a little bit separated. We're obviously quite a ways from Salt Lake and from Denver, maybe Cheyenne, some of the other bigger places. So if things did happen to cut us off, even trying to get goods in, but you think about, like you're saying, also at your business with floods or wildfires, different things that are, you know, can happen all the time. Like you said, we do see those a lot. So yeah, that's definitely something to think about that really hadn't crossed my mind. Other things, is there other things you'd like to talk about with that?
The state actually has a program called Ready Your Business. It's a 12-step program, and we take each step with a business and go down through it and make sure that every part of their business is taken care of. You know, just things that, such as putting, you know, your backup of your computer not only on a separate disk maybe, but having it off-site. So if your business burns, for instance, you have all of that somewhere else. Or if you do have a big disaster, maybe your call-down list so that you know that everybody's taken care of. Having that maybe out of state where people can call, so that it's just that one point of contact somewhere else. Things like that. And then it also is a meshing of different ideas. You know how some the businesses get together and they discuss how to be prepared. One of the things we got of, you know, Daggett County, we don't have very much. If our grocery store, for instance, burned down, we as a community would suffer. And it was during one of our our Ready Your Business conferences that we decided that we could bring in a mobile unit within a day and have them back up and running. It would not only save the business, but it actually saves the community, because the businesses are the livelihood of the community.
Absolutely, especially in a situation like that. Well, and I know we talked a little bit about before we went on air about you try to work through your local chambers, which is fantastic. So we appreciate that. And we do want to mention that you know, Tammy and Tal work through their local chambers in Daggett County and Uintah County. We do want to mention Mike Leffler, who is the emergency manager in Duchesne County, and Irene Hansen, who is the chamber director there. So if you see this in Duchesne County and you'd like to be in contact, those are the people you'd need to get a hold of there if you want to maybe get your business into one of those programs. So we appreciate that. Again, yes, Tal.
I was just going to mention the Division of Emergency Management for the state of Utah has a program manager for the Ready Your Business program.
Oh, okay.
So through the chambers, the emergency managers in working with the chambers of commerce can arrange trainings for businesses in the counties that would like to be a part of that. So please contact your chambers, and they can arrange the Ready Your Business program to be instructed in your area.
Fantastic. We appreciate that. Again, thank you for being with us. Appreciate your time. And that's it for Chamber Zone. Please join us right here next time on VTV Channel 6. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you.